everyone. Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rainbow.
And we have two dialogues for you guys. That's right. Today we will be talking about a vacation to remember. Yay, that's what we like to do, take vacations. If they're amazing and incredible, you will always remember them. It could be one of the best things you ever did. And tomorrow, we'll be talking about a big exam. Boo! Those are things you have to do, and they're not much fun. But maybe you'll get a really good mark. You'll get 100 on your exam, and you will remember it. It will be a happy thing, like a vacation to remember. So let's start with the happy thing today, and then do the exam tomorrow. Can you tell me about a vacation that you remember and will probably remember for the rest of your life?
I say Disneyland.
Disneyland. Wow, that would be a very special vacation. How old were you and how was it?
12.
Wow, that is a great age to go to Disneyland.
First time on a plane to North America by myself.
Ooh, you went to Disneyland by yourself?
Yeah, I did. No, well, I went to America by myself.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then with some friends or family, you went to Disneyland. And what are some of your best memories of that trip? Disneyland.
Oh my gosh. Actually, some of the best memories, lining up 2 hours for a water ride.
Okay.
And the anticipation.
Oh, yes, you're so excited and also tired.
Yeah, very tired.
Okay, that must have been pretty amazing. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have vacations that you will always remember. You can chat about that in a moment. But first, let's find out who had this vacation and why it was so incredible, so memorable. Bonnie and Tyler are looking back on a vacation.
Do you remember when Mom and Dad took us to Turkey?
Yes, I could never forget our time in Cappadocia. It was the best.
What did you love about the trip?
I loved the hot air balloon ride. Seeing the world from 3,000 feet in the air was amazing.
Okay, part A, a vacation to remember. We're going to talk about all these places we remember going to. But first, what is a vacation?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. We will be talking about it, so let's explain it. A vacation is when you go away from your normal work or school life. You might travel and leave home, go to another place, another country, just for fun. You're not going there for a special reason. It's not like a business trip or something like that. You're going there to sightsee, to do fun things, to visit Disneyland, to eat great food, to spend all your days just having fun, seeing new things, taking lots of pictures, and then coming home in a week or two and feeling like you've had a nice break from your normal life. Sometimes we can use holiday and vacation in very similar ways. And of course, we would also talk about times in the year when people don't work, Christmas vacation, Chinese New Year vacation, or holiday, a break from work, and a time for fun, and maybe also travel. So let's find out what's going on in our dialogue today. It says, Bonnie and Tyler are looking back on a vacation. They're looking back on it. So that means they're turned around and they're looking right behind them at what is, no, that's not looking back.
Basically.
It could be, but more in their mind.
Yeah, so when you look back on something, look back on this idiom, that means you're thinking about something in the past. You're reflecting about it, you're missing it, you're feeling like, oh, those are wonderful times or maybe not great times, but you're thinking back in the history of your mind. So we say you're looking back on something or a period of time.
Yeah, very similar to remembering.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So let's see which which vacation they are looking back on.
Bonnie says, do you remember when Mom and Dad took us to Turkey?
They went to Turkey. Ooh, that is wonderful.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Turkey, of course, a country that is both in Asia and in Europe. Some of you might know that. We should point out that people in Turkey now, they actually prefer the pronunciation Türkiye. That's how they're encouraging people to say it, but it's still very commonly known as Turkey, very close to Greece and with Syria on the other side. So let's find out where they went in Turkey. Tyler, he remembers. Of course, I remember our vacation in Turkey. He says, yes, I could never forget our time in Cappadocia. It was the best. All right, so Cappadocia is an area of Turkey. It's kind of, I think, in the center eastern part of the country. Very beautiful, very spectacular, amazing landscape and mountains and things like that. So definitely one of those places tourists love to visit. As Tyler says, it was the best. It was one of his favorite vacations, favorite places to go.
Bonnie says, what did you love about the trip?
Okay, so what kind of is your best memory, your most special memory? He's got a pretty good one. This is a pretty good thing to love. He says, I love the hot air balloon ride. Ooh, if you've ever been lucky enough to go up in one of those hot air balloons, I believe down near Taidong, they have a big hot air balloon festival.
In August.
You might be lucky enough to do that, so you kind of know what I'm doing. Imagine doing it in Turkey. Seeing the world from 3,000 feet in the air was amazing. Yeah, it's almost like you're floating up there like a bird. It would be quiet, just the wind pushing you. And in Cappadocia, they have these amazing little sharp mountains. So you might have seen pictures of this incredible land with these beautiful, colorful balloons up there around 3,000 feet in the air. That would be around 1,000 meters or so, approximately. A foot is basically 30 centimeters or 12 inches. That is what a foot is. So here, when we're using foot as a measurement, we're not talking about the things that you wear your shoes on and you walk around on. We're talking about a measurement that is around that size, but more carefully, more precisely, it is 12 inches, around 30 centimeters, and that is about a foot. All right, so 3,000 feet is quite far up in the sky. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back.
It took my breath away. However, being up that high frightened me at first.
That happened to Mom and some of the other passengers too.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's because you were busy dealing with it yourself.
All right, so Bonnie and Tyler are remembering their wonderful trip to Turkey. They were so lucky to go hot air ballooning in Cappadocia, 3,000 feet up over that amazing landscape in Turkey. Now we know that Tyler liked it. What did Bonnie think of their hot air balloon experience?
Loved it.
She did, eh?
She said, it took my breath away.
Wow.
However, being up that high frightened me at first.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah,
I was
maybe.
scared of heights, which is normal. To take one's breath away. No, she's not dying, but she is very, very captivated by the beauty, almost as if she couldn't breathe. She's like, wow. So to take one's breath away is something or someone that does something, or you see a beautiful, spectacular view that just stops you. And you are so surprised and you're so shocked and you're completely just in love with it.
Yeah, it's generally for good, positive, happy things, right? If you see someone, when you get married and you see your lover there standing looking so handsome or beautiful, oh, they took my breath away. They were so magnificent and wonderful. But it could also be because maybe you're just a little bit scared. Maybe you've been frightened by something, or maybe it's both. Look at that beautiful, dangerous spider. So yes, I would definitely be frightened by a big, scary spider, or maybe also by being 3,000 feet in the air in a balloon because if you're frightened, it's basically like being scared. Something has happened, you feel like you are in danger, you could get hurt, something terrible could happen, your heart starts beating faster, you start sweating, maybe you think of trying to run away or something like that. You are very frightened. Now, different things can frighten different people. If you've ever been in a car accident, you can feel very frightened just before it happens. Or as little kids, often things might frighten us. You know, you don't like to sleep with the lights off in your bedroom. You're frightened of that. Or something, frightened of a ghost or a monster in a movie. It scares you. It makes you feel uncomfortable, nervous, and in danger. So back to Tyler. He was feeling frightened, or so some of the people, I should say, were feeling frightened in that hot air balloon. Tyler says that happened to Mom and some of the other passengers too. They probably enjoyed being up there, but they were kind of nervous and uncomfortable the whole time. When the balloon finally got down on the ground safely, they were probably very happy passengers.
Yeah,
yes.
The passengers are the people who are going on the ride or the trip with you. So passengers are people who sit in a vehicle. We can think about it as a car, maybe it's a bus. In this case, it's a hot air balloon because it's also kind of a form of travel. So the passenger is the person who's seated, not the one who's driving, not operating, just the people who are sitting there. So the other passengers were probably scared, but they probably also thought it was gorgeous. Bonnie doesn't know, so Bonnie says, really? I didn't know that. She has no idea.
She was probably busy looking out at the land, taking pictures, enjoying it, not worrying about the other passengers. And Tyler says that's because Bonnie didn't know that other people were so frightened. He says that's because you were busy dealing with it yourself. So Bonnie actually was a little bit nervous. She was a little bit frightened and scared. She didn't notice the other people. She was too busy being scared on her own. All right, there we go. So that sounds like a wonderful trip. Even if it was scary, later on you have great memories of that incredible experience. All right, so that's the fun stuff, a wonderful vacation memory. Tomorrow, we're going to deal with the not so fun stuff, a big exam. But here's the good news. We won't give you an exam. We'll just read about one. So that's not so bad, right?
Not that bad.
Yeah,
it's a little bad.
Come back and join us. Bonnie and Tyler are looking back on a vacation.
Do you remember when Mom and Dad took us to Turkey?
Yes, I could never forget our time in Cappadocia. It was the best.
What did you love about the trip?
I loved the hot air balloon ride. Seeing the world from 3,000 feet in the air was amazing.
It took my breath away. However, being up that high frightened me at first.
That happened to Mom and some of the other passengers too.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's because you were busy dealing with it yourself.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下这一课的重点单字。第一个 vacation 名词假期。We are planning a vacation to the beach. 我们正在计划去海边度假。下一个单字 foot 名词英尺尺，它的复数形式是 feet. The mountain is 10,000 feet high. 这座山高10000英尺。下一个单字frighten 动词使惊吓使害怕。The loud thunder frightened the children. 巨大的雷声吓到了孩子们。最后一个单字 passenger 名词乘客。The bus was full of passengers during rush hour. 公车在尖峰时段挤满了乘客。 Rush hour 指的就是尖峰时刻。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 look back 回顾追忆，这个短语的后面常常加上介系词 on 来接受词。我们来看看这个例句。Jenny likes to look back on her childhood memories. Jenny 喜欢回顾童年的回忆。下一个文法 take one's breath away 令某人屏息惊叹。breath 是名词，意思是呼吸气息。我们来看看这个例句。The beautiful sunset took my breath away. 这美丽的日落令我屏息惊叹。Sunset 指的就是日落。最后一个文法 at first 起初原先，这是一个副词片语，它的相对说法呢是 at last 最终终于。我们来看看这个例句。At first, I found the movie boring, but at last I really enjoyed it. 起初我觉得这部电影很无聊，但最后我很喜欢。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，回去记得复习哦。我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, 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 it's KiWi on the street.
I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. And today I'm really excited because my friend is visiting me all the way from Arkansas.
What, Winnie?
You know the state in America, Arkansas?
You mean Arkansas?
Oh.
Looks like it's time to work on some pronunciation.
It's time to work on our pronunciations. Please read the sentence.
He has accepted our invitation.
He has accepted our invitation.
He has accepted our invitation.
Very good. And we also have...
We go there every day except Sunday.
We go there every day except Sunday.
What have we learned today? It's time to work on some pronunciations. Today's word, or words, are accept and accept. They sound completely the same, but they're actually different words. Our first one is, he has accepted our invitation. In this case, accept is actually a verb, and you'll notice it's spelled differently from accept. Which brings me to my next sentence. We go there every day except Sunday, so not on Sundays. Except is a preposition. That's all we have for today. KiWi later.